Adaptable 17, the latest version of our AGGrid extension, introduces the query builder. It's another way of creating expressions that are evaluated by AdaptableQL. We've always been able to create expressions here in the expression editor where you can drag and drop columns, and you've got access to all the many expression functions that Adaptable offers. And the query builder essentially is another way of doing that. Initially, it's only available in the grid filter module, but we will extend it to all other modules which have a Boolean expression, because the query builder essentially builds queries that return true false values. So how does it work? Well, essentially it's a UI that allows you, through selecting in drop downs, the ability to create powerful queries. The first thing to notice is you have and/ors, so everything has to sit in one or many and/or clauses, and within each clause you can have as many conditions as you want, and each condition is essentially made of three elements: a column, an operator, and a value. So for instance, if we select the GitHub stars, we now see all the operators available for a numeric column. Here we've chosen greater than. We can now see all the values in the column. We can choose one, or indeed we can add our own. So that's our first clause. Let's create a second clause. This time let's use a string column. So if we choose language, we can now see all the operators available for the columns. And as you'll see, this is a reduced subset of what's available in the expression editor, but it covers about 90% of the kind of actual use cases. So we can say language equals, again, we see all the current values in the column, and this time we're going to choose one. You can, if you want, also do an in clause. So let's, for instance, create another column, another string column. This time let's do license. And now we're going to choose the in operator. And what happens now is, again, we see all the values in the column, or we can add our own, but each time we choose it, it now gets added. And in fact, you can see here the output of our expression as we're going. And as I say, you can have as many clauses as you want. So we've got three conditions in this clause. Now let's, for instance, do an or. So let's make that or. And now, for instance, we can now say GitHub Watchers is less than 204, and then you'll need a second one. And in fact, what you can also do is you can compare columns, and this is very nice. So for instance, we can say, let's find, so we can say, for instance, where open PRs is greater than. Now, so far we've always done a value, but in fact your value can actually be a column. So here we're now comparing it to another column, and now we can see another column. So as we see, there's various types of values. You can do a hard-coded value, an existing value, a set of existing column values, more than one if it's an in clause, or indeed another column. And there we are. So this is our slightly complex expression where we said all these three conditions have to match, or one of those two. And there we are. That's a query builder. If you'd like to know more about it, please get in touch. We'll be delighted to give you a personalized demo, or indeed provide you with a free, no obligation trial license so you can try out Adaptable for yourself with your own data. Thank you for watching.